Hello?
So, where did we leave off last time?
Yes. So last time we left off on this picture. So,
Mm,
so we can't do the sizing until after we do the random picture. Um,
yeah.
so Jack basically tried on a helmet and it was like humongous. And he was like, "Oh my goodness, my head is falling off."
Humongous.
Ah, cool.
And
Poor Jack.
it was like, it felt like a 9-year-old kid was sitting on his head.
Exactly. I think it
Mm,
actually even went up to like 12-year-old or something. Um,
yeah.
おまけに顔を隠す綿棒がガシャッと降りて逆は前が見えなくなってしまった。So thanks to that, his face has been hidden and in a gush, he basically goes Mengao. I have to double check what that is. But basically you're unable to see Jack's face anymore because the
hmm
Mengao Gashagaka gosh, that's probably the front part of the mask, right? Because men is like front and then um bowl would be the mask, but I'm gonna double check. Men.
Can you use Yomi-chan on this thing?
I can't use Momi-chan, not on pictures. Yomi-chan is just for words.
Interesting. Oh, yeah, that's right.
In bold.
Because this is an image and stuff.
Yep, because it is an image. Very inconvenient. But yeah, Minbowl should be the front part of the face mask, but I just have to draw it because it's not showing up in my dictionary. So sorry about the slowness of this. Yeah, I did not. Oh, weird. So bowl can mean cheeks. But yeah, I'm gonna assume that Minbowl is sorry. Is
Under the mask.
the part of the mask that can slide
Mm-hmm.
specifically. So this part of the mask is the Minbowl. And
I forgot what it's called.
yeah, I don't know what it's called. And next is gonna be your turn. Will
Mm-hmm.
be this.
Yep. Come on, full screen. Okay. Oni-chan, Ani no koe ga totemo toku ni kikoeru. So that means so Annie's calling out for his little brother, and no, for Jack or her older brother, and the voice is very far away and it can be heard.
Yes. Hi.
Mm-hmm.
Kochie Kuruwa, come this way. Kaichu dento kesunda, which is turn off the light from the flashlight. And your turn.
自分の声が兜の中で、ぐわん、ぐわんとこだまし
Sorry.
た。
The kochie
Oh,
kuruwa means they're coming. They're just been
うん、
dropped. So she wouldn't be ordering Jack with kuru. She'd say kochie kite, but it's kuru. So she's
うん、
saying those men are coming. I'm so sorry.
yeah.
Ah, now you can do it
How is
again.
Jack gonna move if he has a giant helmet on his head?
So.
Yeah. So, um, Jack is telling Annie to turn off the flashlight, right? That was in
Yes.
the previous
Hi.
line. Yeah. So that means, so Jack's voice, however, or was like, and there's like kabuto no naka. Oh,
Kabuto is
it was
helmet.
inside the helmet.
So.
Yeah. So it came out really muffled.
Hi. Sorry, I need to click something. It's hiding my screen, and I'm sure you can see that. Hi. ジャックは兜を持ち上げようともうがいていたが頭が重いすぎてバランスを失い、仰向けに倒れてしまった。So Jack went to try lifting up the helmet. However, Mogaite, I have no idea what that means.
Hmm.
Mogaite. So that means to struggle. So he was even though he struggled, the helmet, his head, it was way too heavy on his head, so he lost his balance, and he basically fell down on his back, so that his face is facing upward. That's the
Yeah.
aomoku, the face toward the sky.
Mm-hmm.
Next.
その、
Yeah.
Yep. その日を、その表紙に並んでいた鎧や、and then it's like 武器が、ガチャン、it's like ガチャンと、大きな音を立てて、競技が推しになった。Okay, so, what does その費用に、表紙に
The hyoshi. That's like a tune normally, but I'm probably not meaning that in this kind of hyoshi. Hyoshi. Well, it could also hyoshi tune the moment. It's the moment meaning.
that in that moment?
Yes.
Yep. And it's like 並んでいた鎧.
So yoroi is armor.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You skipped a line.
Well, the other stuff is sound effects and other nouns.
Yeah,
So this is the most important part.
yeah, but it
Okina
made a
oto
lot of
tatete.
noise.
Yes, which was
Yep.
the armor and what?
Buki, the helmet?
Buki just means weapons in general.
Weapons, yeah.
And then the sound they made was gating, gating, gating.
So I'm assuming they fell all over the place.
Definitely possible.
Yeah.
And then
And then that bit at the end. 競技が推しになった.
I must have makes me remember
I wouldn't
Shogeki.
be able to guess this.
Yep. So shogi daosu means falling like dominoes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like that same kind of set phrase. Falling
So I
down
was right.
one after another. Yep. Perfect.
Yeah.
Shogi daosu. That is something. やがて扉が勢いよく開く音に続いて太い声が聞こえ、逆は腕をつかまれた。Before long, the door opened with a very like aggressively, and it made like a noise, and the noise continued. And then they could hear the sound of like a deep voice. I believe that's what a fat voice would be. And Jack's arm was grabbed. And your turn.
次の瞬間、兜が持ち上げられ、松明の火で、顔を照らされた. So it's like, in the next moment, I think it is.
Right.
Yep. And then it's like the helmet was lifted off his head. And then, 松明の火で, not
So
松明の
we
火
saw
で.
last time, it was the torch.
Yes, we did. Yep. So the torch, fire, brightly illuminated his face.
Perfect. And that's that. And I'm going to double check I'm recording. I'm pretty sure I was. Okay, I'm recording.
Good.
Okay, so now we're done with this picture. So now we can
Thank
go over
goodness.
here. So this is the size you wanted? We're in the new chapter.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good size.
Okay. Maho no tsueja, which that's a magical staff. And first line is gonna go to you, Cookie.
I've seen Maho and Majutsushi so much that it's like there's no way I can forget it now. That would be pretty embarrassing. 目の前に見上げるような大男が3人立っていた. So that means it's like in front of his eyes, standing above him were three men.
はい。
Mm-hmm.
城を守る衛兵に違いない。Which is, there's no doubt about it, these are the soldiers who protect the castle. And your turn.
片目の男が、松明を持っている。The one standing in the corner is the one holding the torch, right?
はい。片目, I actually think, is describing one of the men. But I'll double check.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, it's saying, like, that's what he looks like, katame, which, one eye. So I think it's saying one of the eye is, like, one-eyed, maybe? Katame no otoko.
Oh,
That would be
okay.
my guess.
Oh, by the way, you got Yomi-chan as well. You got Yomi-chan, so you didn't need to use a
Yeah, I
dictionary.
do have Yomi-chan now. It's like when you get out of the habit.
Yeah.
It's so much faster to use Yomi-chan. Arigato, Yomi-chan.
Yeah.
ジャコを捕まえている男は嫌に顔が赤い。So the man that grabbed Jack, his face was red and was like was an awful face. 嫌に顔.
Yeah. Was awfully red.
Would probably be
Yeah.
a nice way of putting it. Okay, now it's your turn.
Okay. 口ひげを、生やした男が兄を押さえつけていた. Okay, so it's like, what does 口ひげmean?
That's like the mustache. And this is
Okay,
to be
so
grown. You grow a mustache. To have a mustache.
so the man who was growing a mustache, oh, like pinned down Annie is like, yeah.
Perfect. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Man. So we have three men. One of them has a red face, which is holding Jack. The one with the mustache is holding Annie, and then we have one guy with holding a light, which is the guy with one eye. Where did that pop out?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why my computer wanted to tell me about that. Annie は口へげ男の腕の中で暴れている. So Annie to to within the arms of the man who has the beard, she makes a big, I believe, ruckus. Is that right there? To act violently. So she does a big ass struggling, kicking and screaming and all that. Now it's your turn.
赤ら顔の男が逆に向かっていた. Okay, so the red-faced man turned to Jack and said,
はい。お前たちは何者だここで何を知ってる Which is, you two, you guys, what are you? What are you even doing here? And your turn.
続いて、片目の男がいた. So that means he continued, the one-eyed man continued saying,
It's kind of like saying following that in this context,
yeah,
then the next man
following that. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we have the redhead man saying the first line, and now the one-eyed man talking. スパイに違えねえ。イジプト人か、ローマ人か、それともペルシア人か. It's just like, no doubt about it, they're spies. Like they might be from the Romans or Persia or Egypt. Your turn.
どれも違うわよ。このお単語なす. Okay, so it's like which one are they? Something?
That's a good guess. Do you know what this
Oh,
was telling
sorry,
us?
we're none of them. So it's Annie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like
So both
we're
those
none
choices
of
are
them.
wrong. She's like, we're not a
Yeah.
spy. So out of all
Yeah.
those listing items, they're all wrong. Hi.
Mm-hmm.
And then what did she say next?
What's
It's just
otangonas
like
mean?
an insult. Like
Mm-hmm.
you idiot, bird
Oh
brain.
yeah.
Otanko. I think it
We're none
probably
of them.
has to do
It's
with
like
like poop or something. Konasu is good
yeah.
to digest, so I think it means digesting poop, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Ota.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That'd be my guess. Oh, poopy head. What Annie said. Jack はびっくりしてAnnie の顔を見た. Jack in shock looks at Annie's face. And what happens next?
怪しいやつらが、what was it? 赤ら顔の男がいた. It's like, what is 怪しいやつらだ?
So ayashi is suspicious. And Yatsuda is basically the same as Yatsu, but we're adding S to it. Yatsu's.
So it's like suspicious, and then it's like suspicious people or something.
Yep, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Got some
That's what,
suspicious dudes right here.
yeah. And that's what the guy with the red face said.
はい。地下牢にぶち込んでおこう固めの男がいた. So the man with one eye said that let's throw them into the cellar, the bottom flooring area, the basement.
Mm-hmm.
So let's basically
Dungeon.
throw them into the
Yeah.
dungeon. And your turn.
ジャックと兄は、武器庫から引き連れ出された. Okay,
Do you know
so,
what buki means?
um,
Saw that earlier.
yeah, we did. The armor, is that right?
Armor was yoroi. Buki was right after it though.
Yeah.
It was yoroi ya
Yeah, you're right.
buki to kachi kachi to.
The weapons and stuff.
Yep,
Oh, the
buki's
weapons storehouse or something.
Exactly. Perfect.
Mm-hmm. So they were taken from the weapons storeroom, and they were like,
Right.
傷り
So this is
出された.
like
I'm
a
not sure
one word,
what that
which
is.
means doesn't what? It means they were pulled. It's the second one to drag. They were dragged. Did he decide to do? Yeah. So yeah, they were just dragged.
They were dragged out of it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Toward the dungeons they go. ジャックはリュックを背負っていないのに気づいて兵を振り返ったが衛兵に行けと床づかれて諦めた. So Jack, he noticed that he no longer had his backpack on his back anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so he looks back toward the room, but the soldier says, go, like go forward. So because of that, he gives up. And also the soldier poked him. They're like, move forward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And your turn.
片目の男を先頭にジャック、赤ら顔、兄、口へとの口ひげと一列に並んで暗い and there's like 長い路かを歩いた. So it's
Roka
like
means hallway.
yeah. So basically the one-eyed man, Jack, the red-faced guy, Annie, then the guy with the mustache, went single file into the darkness or something, into a dark, long, and then
So you're right that kurai kind of means dark. However, you're thinking more of like kurayami or anything like that. Kurai just basically means dim. So
Dim,
if you're
okay.
using kurai, it shouldn't be pitch black, but it also shouldn't be bright. It should be like hard to see, like you need to squint. But if you squint, you should basically be able to see in kurai.
Mm-hmm.
Dim.
So they're walking into this dim, long, and then what's a roka?
Hallway.
Corridor?
Yes.
Hallway, yeah.
Incorrect. Corridor.
And they were walking through it. Mm-hmm.
それから狭くて急な石の螺旋階段を降りていた。So right after that, they descend down a spiral stone cairn.
Spirally staircase.
Yeah, that is very I would guess steep and skinny. Because
Yeah.
Kyuna normally refers to steepness rather than speed. Even though it can be sudden, I believe it's steep in this context. Which I'm not right here, steep. Boop.
Yep.
And your turn.
兄は相変わらず大声でわめいている。So it's like, what does 相変わ
This means like as usual. This normal Annie.
Oh, so Annie, as usual, was protesting in as big of a voice as possible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very Annie-like. いじめるお単語なす。私たち何もしてないのに which is you bullies, you poop heads. We haven't even done anything. And your turn.
男たちは笑って相手しない。So it's like the three men laughed, and then it's like and ignored them.
Yeah. Do you know like what it's being made of? So it's kind of like an idiom. It's like you are not their rivals. To ignore. You won't even be our rivals. Like this.
Interesting.
階段を降り切ると目の前に大きな鉄の扉があった。So, right when they descend to the bottom of the stairs, right in front of their eyes, they see a door that is really big and made out of metal. Next is your turn.
頭の男が、oh, wait, oh,
どこ
sorry about that. 太い木の抜きが横に渡してある。So that means it's like a really wide or like sort of wooden bar. Thanks for highlighting it.
I didn't know what it
and
was
then
either,
it's
so.
like, yeah, was like to the side of, I think it means to the side of it.
Yeah,
There
Yoko
was like,
kind of means horizontal in this context. So this is like, one of
yeah,
these kind of locks that happen in the old ways, that they have the piece of wood that you lift up.
oh yeah,
So that's what they're describing here. The watashiteru is the be across, and Yoko is horizontal.
yeah.
Is that lay across is what it would be in this context. That kind of door. 片目の男が缶抜きを外して扉を押した。So he does something to the lock, and then he pushes on the door, which he takes off the lock. That makes logical sense. I don't know why I didn't click. He takes off the lock and opens and pushes on the door. And your turn.
Wait a second. Oh wait, sorry. Gi or like just gi to oto o tatete. Tobira ga hiraita. So like a loud creaking. No, sorry, just a creaking sound. Happened when they opened the door.
はい。ジャックとアニーは衛兵にドンと背中を押 されて中に入った。So Jack and Annie, with a loud don, they I think they landed on their backs to press. お背中を押す。衛兵にドンと背中を押されて中に入った。I guess the Annie and Jack are probably like pressing on their backs, but I guess it'd be like maybe smacking in this context. Trying to do that. And they enter the door anyway, I guess. It's just weird to have osu, osareru.
Yeah.
Osareru, it's passive form. Jack, so the guards push on Jack and Annie's back so that they fall in the room. I always forget. Forms are so useful. So the one doing the verb is the ehe, not the subject. Right. Then it's going to be
Okay. ひんやり、じめじめ、した部屋だ。So it's like, what does ひんやり mean?
Damp. So this is jime jime. Cold. Jime jime is damp.
Yeah, that makes more sense. And then it's like, I think jime jime is a sound effect. Onomatopoeia, yeah.
It probably is.
Oh, it's just damp.
But it means damp. Like, you're
Yeah.
not wrong.
So it was damp in there? Yeah, it was a damp room.
And cold. Cold and damp.
Yeah, cold and damp.
汚れた壁には鎖がかかっている。So on the dirty walls, there were canes hanging. And your turn?
Yeah. 天井からピッチャと水が垂れて石の床に水たまりができていた。So what happened there? So what does 天井?
天井 means ceiling.
Okay, so from the ceiling,
水がたまれ。
Oh, there were drops like of water dripping.
Yeah, the dropping.
Yep. And then 石の床. A stone. What does yuka mean?
Floor. Opposite of 天井.
Oh yeah. So the stone floor. Ni mizu tamari. Oh, there were puddles in there.
Where did these puddles come from?
They came from the ceiling.
From the dripping ceiling. That's going.
Yeah.
Perfect. これが力なのか。こんな気味の悪い場所は始めた。So this is the basement locking place. Such a place like this, I have never in my life been in such a horrible place before now. And next is your turn.
晩餐会が終わったら太后様にお知らせしよう。And it's like 固めの男がいた。So it's like the what was it? 晩餐会が終わった。
You
So it's
forgot
like
the name of the chapter?
Yeah, I didn't forget. It's just but it's like you're saying the big meeting ended or something.
Yes, but this is not meeting.
Okay, good.
It is a banquet.
Okay, so the big banquet.
So once the banquet ends, we shall
The Duke is going to see you.
The Duchess.
Yeah, the Duchess is going to see you or get to know you.
Archduke.
Yeah, the Archduke is going to get.
It's like we're gonna let the Duchess know. I believe we're gonna notify our Archduke rather than Oshiriai ni naru or whatever. That would be the get to know you. So oshirase, just to inform. So who said that?
That was the guy with one eye.
処刑は明日だなと口ひげ which is your execution will be tomorrow, says the man with the mustache.
Wow.
And Jack goes, okay, educate, I mean, exec, dying. Your turn.
うん。その前に、ネズミの、ネズミの餌食に、いや、ならなければの話だが。So it's like, how do you describe その前? I remember seeing it a
Before
lot. I
that,
just
as in
like,
before the Mai's before, so before that.
okay, yeah, there we go. Before that, ネズミの, who's Nezumi?
That's the kind of
That's the Archduke.
No.
No?
Nezumi is rat.
Okay. So before that, and then it's like the rats will like prey on you or something.
Hi. You will become ninareru, which means to become. Ejiki,
Mm-hmm.
which is prey. And the prey
You'll become
belongs
prey to
to
the rats.
Hi.
Mm-hmm.
And then he says no hanashi daga, which is kind of like or rather that's like so he's saying it's like another story. So perhaps rather than you being executed, you'll just be eaten by the rat. It's kind of like no hanashi daga. So he's saying only if you're not eaten by the rat will you be executed.
Yeah.
The word has lost. I said it right the first time, then it has been lost. Executed. That's the word. Akara gao ga ii. 三人はわははと笑って. So right after the man with the red face says that, the three all laugh in a wahaha kind of way, like they're walugi.
Nice. Yeah.
Now it's
その時、その時、ジャックは兄が、is like, that's a is that how you're supposed to say it? リュック
Yep, ryuk.
or リュック
Ryuk.
リュックを持っているのに、気がついた.
You
So
remember
it's
what
like,
a ryuku was?
at that time,
Yes.
backpack.
Right.
Yep. So at that time, Jack and Annie, wait, what does no ni mean again?
What? No ni? Even though?
Yeah, this year. Yeah. Even though they had the backpack, and then it's like,
Even though
気がついた. What's that?
Even though Annie had the backpack, Jack he realized something.
Oh, okay. Jack realized something. What did he realize?
Yeah. 武器庫を出るとき持ってきてくれたのだ. Which is at the time they leave the storehouse, it was being brought to them. 持ってきてくれてくれた. It was being brought with them. Wait.
I thought they left the backpack in the weapons room.
Huh. I thought they did that too. Now I gotta go back. No, because Jack Kizuku'd when
He
they
looked behind him.
ran them. And he's like, my backpack. Where is
They would be very, very lucky if Annie just so happened to have it, and then they could just return to
I guess he
Pennsylvania.
picked it up. I guess he wouldn't know he had the big helmet on his head. But I
Yeah.
was like, where is them being pulled out? Jack wa ryuku o seotte nai no kizuite. Okay, so Jack realized he doesn't have the backpack. Jack doesn't have the backpack. That's what he realized. And he looks back in the room, but it doesn't say whether or not he sees it. So now Jack has realized that Annie has the backpack. So that means they're now
Very, very lucky.
Yeah, he's like, oh, there's the backpack. So that means as he gets closer to Annie, as they leave the building, he gets the backpack is being brought with them.
Yeah.
And then now we have
It's only
Annie.
appropriate. Yeah.
Yeah. So now it's your turn.
Oh, my turn?
Yes. So I did
Okay, good.
that
Uh,
line.
okay, yeah. 兄が、外、リュックを開けようとしている。So it's like, what was 外 again?
Kind of. I think it's like it's either softly, gently, stealthily is probably the.
So Annie softly or gently opened the backpack. And there's like, oh, so よしている just means in that manner,
Actually,
right?
yo tosuru is that word I talked about before where you attempt to do something but normally you don't actually do it. So Annie is
Oh,
trying to stealthily open up the bag. However, the next thing happens and probably stops that from
yeah,
happening. Yosh.
yeah.
Kusari
So,
ni
と、
tsunaide. What? Yosh.
あ、
鎖につないでおこうと片目の男がいた. So he says, okay, I'm going to attack you guys to the chain, says the guy with one eye. And what were you trying to say?
oh no. I got confused a bit with the lines, but it's okay now.
Your turn. Yeah, I think I switched the
Okay.
colors.
その瞬間、兄は、懐中電灯をつかみ、つかみ出し、衛兵に向けて構えた。Okay.
To have at the ready, like a gun.
Oh, so can you click off Yomi-chan? So it's like at that time, um, Annie got the flashlight ready or something, and then
Yep.
there's like something in the middle which goes ehe ni mukate.
No.
Um,
Tsukami dasu is a takeout. So she takes out the flashlight, and muku is to face towards somebody. So she faces the
yeah,
flashlight toward the guards in a way
yeah,
like you're holding a gun towards somebody.
yeah,
That's the kamaeru. Bam, bam. Uh, じゃーん !3 人は何事かと手を止めて見たこともない怪獣店とを見つめた。So the three, they stopped. So they stopped with like L all together, something or another. 何事? I think it's like in this the everything reading. So they stopped everything
mm.
and they stared at the flashlight that they've never seen before. And then what does Jack think for this?
今は、ふざけてる場合じゃないのに。So what does ふざけて
That is like
る?
to fool around. Fuzakeru.
It's like, no, now is not the time to fool around.
はい。そうそう。ジャックは目を追いたい気持ちだった。So Jack felt like he wanted to cover his eyes. Like that's how like embarrassed he was. Like,
Yeah,
like this is not the time for that, Annie. And what happened next?
yeah. 勝ち is like 兄が、懐中電灯の、スイスイッチ、
Switch.
what? スイッチ okay, を入れた. So it's like, Kachi is like, and then Annie goes ahead and turns on the switch for the flashlight.
Yep. So kati is the
Mm-hmm.
sound effect of her clicking that button.
Yep.
Picture. Try like that.
Nice. Another picture.
Where else突然、太陽のように明るい光をまともに目に受けた3人はびっくりして後ずされた。So suddenly, the light that was as bright as the sun it hits the eyes like straight on of those three men's eyes, and in surprise they begin to draw, like they go backwards, they go bye bye.
They need to take out the book and get back to Pennsylvania now.
So
Use
it's
this
yours.
time. And then it's like 片目の男は持っていた松明を水たまりに落とした。So it's like
remember these two words? They've shown up later. Taimatsu, which is probably in the picture actually. If I go over here,
I love the picture.
it's not in the picture. But yeah, we see right here, we have the weird red-eyed guy, the guy with the mustache, the guy with one eye. Taimatsu is a torch.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what Mizudamari was?
Oh, come on. Why did I like lose this?
So Mizu's pretty easy.
Oh, the eyes watered or something?
No.
No?
Mizudamari, well, you've seen the word before. When did anybody's eyes water in the last 10 minutes? Mizudamari means puddle.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So the katame
And
no
then it's
otoko.
like, oh, the guy fell into the puddle. Oh,
Hi.
that makes more sense now. Okay, yeah.
Well, specifically, otosu is different than ochiru. Ochiru is to fall. Otosu is to drop. So he drops the taimatsu.
So he drops the torch into the puddle.
Perfect.
Can I join?
Hi! You can definitely join. Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
Nice. I didn't see you pop in. I can't see on my screen. Cookie, you should have told me.
Sorry, I didn't notice it either.
What should I call you?
Just call me Anthony.
Anthony. Awesome.
Hi, Anthony.
Okay, Anthony, why don't you do our next line then?
Do you want to go ahead and read Anthony?
Just read it in Japanese.
Okay. 10という音がして、松明の火が消してまた。
はい。So, 10, of course, is a sound effect. So, what does 10という音がする mean?
It sounded like Jew.
はい exactly. A sound that sounded like Jew happened. So taimatsu, you probably don't know this unless you heard us talking about a second ago. That is a torch. So the torch is he. What's he?
Fire.
Yes. So the he, it, kietad. What does that mean?
It disappeared.
Exactly. So with a Jew sound, the light of the torch disappeared. And next is going to be Cookie.
魔法の杖じゃ it's like it's a work of magic or something, right?
Good guess.
Or it's
Tsue actually means staff.
a magical staff.
Like a magic
Okay.
wand. A magic wand.
Yeah, it's a magical wand.
はい。兄が懐中電灯を振り回しながらいた。So while spinning like all around her flashlight, Annie's gonna say the following, which is actually being said with some funny Japanese, so I'm gonna kind of read it. 下がるのじゃさもないとお前たちも消してしまうぞよ which is stand back. If you don't, I will make you guys disappear. And now we're going to go back to the actual book because we can't zoom in on this book. And is a sound. And now it's going to be your turn, Anthony.
ちは声をそろ叫んI say it right. Wait, hello?
Hi.
I think
Your
part of your
voice
voice will
is kind of
cut off.
cutting off a bit. If you go to Discord to your settings to wrong button.
Turn down your mic sensitivity.
It's somewhere in there. Over here. It should be input sensitivity should go down.
Mm-hmm.
You can skip me.
Okay. So the night they all together their voices screamed, which was the hee noise.
Yeah.
And then your turn, Jack.
Jack.
Oh, sorry. Your turn, Cookie.
Okay. Joe. Jordan show is like what? And then it's
Hello.
like
Hello. Go ahead.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, and it's like Jack は開いた口が塞がらなかった。So I have never seen that kanji before.
The Aita or the Kuchi?
The bit you highlighted.
Right.
Yeah. So Jack opened his mouth and quickly closed it or something?
Yeah. So specifically, Jack, do you know what the Joldan means?
No.
Oh, so Joldan means like a joke. So it's like, this is a joke, right? And then Jack has his mouth wide open and then he closes it. So his mouth was wide open when he was going, Joldan the show. And then he closes it. So he closes his mouth that was wide open. And then Anthony accidentally cut off.
Yeah.
Hopefully he'll jump back
Not
in.
sure why he left.
Technical issues probably.
Yeah.
しかし、アニーが懐中電灯の光を次々と衛兵の顔に当てると、3人は悲鳴を上げて顔を隠した。However, the guards, whenever their faces would get hit by the light of the flashlight, they would scream, they would let out a scream, and then they would hide their faces.
Yeah.
And your turn.
中のもの床に伏せるのじゃ。So it's like, what's that? みんな
So Fuseru is lying down.
Yep. And what does minamono?
Min.
Everyone? Okay. Interesting.
Like when
I've never seen.
Like when you
I've never
enter a bank. Minamono, yuka ni fuseru no ja.
I've never actually seen it worded like that. Minamono.
I agree.
Okay.
That makes sense because
Okay.
minan mono.
Yep. So everyone get on the ground or something.
Hi, everyone, get on the ground. Specifically, lay face down on the ground. 兄の声に3人の大男がおろおろと床に伏せるのを客は明けに取られて見つめた。So, when hearing Annie's voice, the three men, they carefully descend down to the floor, and Jack, he's basically watching this, and he's kind of like, what? He's astonished. He's dumbfounded by what he just watched. And next will be this for you.
信じられない光景だ。And it's like お兄ちゃん、今の言う chiyo.
Right.
So what does that mean?
Uchi is a time phrase. So, ima no jikan would be basically the same.
Yep. Okay.
Koke is like the scene, but not like scenery.
What does
Spectacle.
shinjirarenai? I've heard
know
shinjirarenai before,
You know
but not.
shinjiru?
Yeah,
Shinjiru
that's
means
to know,
to believe, not to know.
to
That's
believe. Is like
Shinjiru
I
is
can't believe what's so
Right.
like the beginning is like I can't believe what's happening or
Yep.
or
An
I can't believe what I'm
unbelievable
seeing.
scenery, an unbelievable thing. And then what does Annie
And
say?
then it's like Big Brother or pretty much Jack,
Right.
ima no uchi or so now's the time.
Yes, exactly. Now's the time.
Yeah.
懐中電灯を振りかざしたまま兄がいた。So while she is continuing to brandish her flashlight like it's a weapon, she says that, which was the Big Brother, it's the time now. And what happens next?
Jack は鳩割れに
Oh.
変えた。
So ware ni kaita means to come back to normal, to become, phew, I am calm, I am now level-headed.
Yep, that makes sense. So Jack became calm again or something.
Right. With a ha.
Yeah.
What do you think ha is?
Hato like immediately or came to his
That's a good guess,
senses
but
or
ha is actually a sigh. Ha.
oh, okay.
It just means he sighed. Iriguchi no. So iriguchi is one of those random words that you can have it, you know, with the furigan, the hiragana in the middle and without.
Yeah.
Just thought to point out while we
Yeah.
randomly ran into iriguchi. So both show
You
up
talked about this in what was it, in chat as
in
well,
chat.
when I asked you the reading of
I think like 80% of the time it can be squished together, but there's always
yeah.
exceptions. Like Tsukuri Banashi was randomly.
Yeah. That's right.
入り口の鉄の扉は開いたまま. So the door, the iron door from the place they're going to be thrown into was still open. They never got a chance to close it. So that is this.
Okay. 見ると、3人の衛兵はまだ床に頭をつけて、ガタガタと震えている。
So gata gata is normally the sound your teeth make when you furueru. But maybe their bodies, but that's the clap. Your teeth.
So, what does miruto mean?
So
Is like they like
means
looked at something.
So the miru in this case would probably actually be Jack, as strange as that seems. Basically, a lot miruto is almost like a set phrase, but it directly means you look and then you see the next thing. And if you didn't look, you would not have been able to see it. So when you look, this is what you see. 3人の衛兵はまだ床に頭をつけ、ガタガタと震えている。So this is what Jack is seeing. Let's start with 3人の衛兵. What does that mean?
I've seen Airhair before, but I
You
forgot what it
have.
was.
You know what 3人 means?
3 people.
Yeah, what are the 3 people here? What's their job?
They're as guards or something.
Yep, eihei means guard.
Yeah.
So these 3 guards, they are still mata yuka ni atama o tsuke. You know what tsuke means? Like to attach. This one.
Their heads are still attached to the ground or something.
Yes, their head is attached to the ground. So they're pressing their head to the ground. Because remember, Annie said, Pusero! Which means the lay facing down.
Yep.
So these 3 soldiers, you can see that they're on the ground with their heads touching the ground and that they are furueruing.
I'm not sure what it means.
So furueru means to shake. They are shaking.
Oh, okay.
They're quivering.
I've never seen that.
Have you not?
No, I've never seen it.
Be extremely shaking. Annie が叫んだ。お兄ちゃん、早く! Annie yells, Big brother, hurry up! わかった! I understand. And our last line of the night goes to you, Cookie.
二人は、転がるように恐ろしい、力から抜け出した。So it's like, together, 転がり. Not sure what the second part means. Oh, to roll?
It's kind of weird here. Well, basically, the main point is that they're nukedases, which nuku means to, like, leave. So they leave the chikaroka, which is what is chikaroka?
The dungeon?
Yes, the dungeon.
Yeah.
And Osoroshi is terrible. So the two leave the terrible dungeon, and then they leave it in a way which is korogaru, which is very weird because it does mean to roll down. But I think they mean maybe they easily leave the dungeon. Of a situation to outcome to change. Could be something like that. But yeah, the way they leave, they just leave the dungeon. I think it's saying like the way they left was completely different than how they entered. Would be my guess, but yeah, kind of weird.
Maybe we could ask on that website.
Hi native, yeah, that would be smart. Boop. And we'll be doing Himitsu no Nukeane next time, which is the secret.
Yeah, that's right.
The secret hole.
So they managed to